Hey there guys, Spexxy here. Welcome back to the channel for some more Scrap Mechanic Survival. I hope that you've enjoyed the series so far. I've certainly enjoyed making the content for it. So today's video is all about farming, hence the tractor that I'm driving here with its nice cute little trailer. I am at the packing station, which you may recognise if you've watched other people's videos or played the game yourself. This is where you bring all your vegetables to pack them up and then take them to be traded in for all of that cool stuff like the spud gun, the shotgun and the exotic seeds for the other vegetables. So I want to get to farming because it's something I've neglected so far. I've done a spot of it but not much. Now I have built myself a decent farm back at base, right close to base actually. You'll probably be surprised how close. And I need to get to it, get my fingers dirty and get this farming started if I'm ever going to get that spud gun. And I've just entered the lag fest of a chunk which I call home. Yeah, this part of the map definitely slows down when I get in it. There's a lot of creations and other things going on here that the game just doesn't like it. There's my base there in the distance. I am actually living at the mechanic station at the moment. I probably will look at moving later. Now I've got the attachments there. They are welded to pillars. The lag would be a lot worse if they weren't. So I am trying to reduce the lag here. But as you can see, the frames definitely do drop here. So we're going to go in here then. I'm going to park this thing up. Let's go and take a look at our farm and get these seeds planted so that we can actually grow some crop. Now we're going to get a raid, I'm almost certain, but then that's just part of the fun, right? Okay, so I did a couple of farms. I got some tomatoes and carrots and I traded them in to get some of these exotic fruit like the oranges and bananas. Now these fruit cause raids on smaller plots. So a plot like this will definitely get a raid. As you can see, there's one in just over about 6 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to get that raid out of the way and then I'm going to take a look at micro farming to avoid raids altogether. Okay then guys, so we've just over a minute till our next raid. I'm not going to plant anything else. I think I've planted enough here. We've got plenty of tomatoes here, plenty of carrots, lots of beets, lots of potatoes. My organising is very OCD, you will see with the seeds then, the crop. And also I have these ones. Now these are the ones that I really wanted. The oranges, the blueberries, the bananas. Yeah, these are the ones that get me more when I go to the farmer and actually trade these in. So I want to talk about these a little bit later because these sort of fruits actually cause raids on less crop, meaning you can't plant many of them before a raid is called. So therefore I want to talk about micro farming, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. We've got a raid to deal with at the moment, about 30 seconds remaining, so I think it's time to make sure, we'll check the perimeter first, make sure there's everything sound out here. I think it will be. Nothing there. Everything's good. I'm not going to place any more barriers up. I don't think there's any need for that. Yeah, all clear. So I think it's time to get inside, batten down the hatches, and prepare for war. Defences are on. The crushers are going. Time to take some defensive position on the roof. It's only 13 seconds now, and the raid will soon be with us. Okay, let's just jump over and see if this raid is coming. And we should be just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, where are they? Oh, here they come. Well, better late than never, I guess, although never would have been fine with me. It would have been a lot less work. Come on, guys. Everyone's welcome here. Oh, first one's been crushed. I can hear it. We can't really see much going on down there. Let's go back down inside the farm and see. Oh, one got in. How did you get in? Did I leave a door open? How did you get in? Okay, well, let's just take you out. You've caused a lot of damage in here, mate. I'm not sure how you broke the defences there. You got through that? That? How did you get in that? You wouldn't fit through there. Okay. Well, we'll have to look at that. Probably need to make this a bit stronger if that's the case. It seems to be working on the most part, but that is a little bit of a concern. Well, let's get this raid out of the way and I'll take a look at that later. Come on, mate. In you come. Come on, don't be shy. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to go out and get him. Let's turn the... Oh, did I get him? Did I get him before it actually went off there? I think I may have done. Okay, so we've got quite a lot to collect here. Everything's pretty cool. Lots of arms as well. I can hear someone. Really? Dude, get out of there. I'm surprised that didn't get you. Now that comes down as well. Okay, so Looks like the raid is over. I do have a little concern with this hole in the wall, and how the hell that bot decided to get through there. A hay bot would not fit through that hole. Excuse me if I'm wrong, Axolot, but that is a little bit dodgy. Okay, so micro farming then. So, as I was saying, micro farming. We're going to take a look at a couple of little micro farm ideas. Now, these were originally by a guy called BBlessed. I will link him in the description below because he definitely gave me the inspiration for these. And yeah, let's go take a look at them now. Okay guys, so I was recently watching a Reddit clip from a guy named BBlessed, a YouTuber from Switzerland with a pretty cool idea for an undetectable mini farm in a circular formation, as you can see. Now his original farm was 16 plots, so a bit bigger than this. I've made it smaller. Now as you can see, there's a sensor at the bottom which goes around and looks for the crop or lack of, and when it doesn't detect one, it will then automatically seed it and then suck up the crops once they're grown, and water them too. Yes, it pretty much does everything. Now taking a look in here, this is the crop that it's actually made so far and sucked up. I can take out these tomatoes here, just grab all of that, and if I put the seeds back in the other side here, they will then seed back into the soil to be grown again. So on one side you will see it's constantly trying to suck up. Oh, they've grown. Hold on, stop what you're doing. It's going to suck them up right now, just on time. So there you go. It sucks them up into the vacuum pump there, and they go into the chest. Then the sensor detects there's nothing there. One of the vacuums puts another seed into the ground, and the water cannon waters the ground, and it's pretty much fully automated. Yeah, this thing works flawlessly. So now we're going to take a look at my version of the original BBlessed design. This is my modified version. It will look almost identical to the eye, but there is one major difference, and that is the sensor on mine is one block further out on an arm which looks inwards at the crop, and I'll explain why that is in just a second. Okay, so everything seems to be working okay. Let's just see if we'd actually got anything here. Have I actually got anything? We've got 17 potatoes and some seeds. That's pretty cool. Let's just put the seeds in the other side then. And there we go. Okay, so as I was saying then, the sensor on the original version went through the crop themselves, or the plants, and that's because they have no hitbox. Now, as you see, it will see that it's not there, and again plant it, much like the other version, except on this version I have blocks instead of plants to fool the sensor into thinking there's something there, and thus not planting, because I only want to grow on 4 plots. Now, there are other ways of doing this, but this seemed to be the easiest one for me. I've actually put the sensor on a 45-degree angle, as you can see, so it looks in towards the crop, and therefore it sees either my blocks or the plant itself, and if there isn't a plant there, it will plant one in there. The concept is pretty much the same, but because I only wanted 4 plots to grow my crop in, thus making it undetectable even on the exotic fruit, this version works pretty well for me, and by replacing any of the plants with blocks, you can make this any size you want. Okay then, so we're going to have a go at building one of these micro farms right here. Hopefully I've got a bit of flat ground. I'm hoping this ground is flat enough. It does go down a bit towards the water. We don't want to build it there. It has to be on a flat surface. I've already placed a barrier block underneath there, as you can see. Now that's so to mark where I want to build it. I'm going to put a couple of blocks next to that really quickly, and I'll tell you why in a second, because I want to grab this controller here, these timers and this logic block, and if I put the controller onto the side of those so it's pointing upwards, I can delete those again now. And that will stick to those. You can't place it without doing that. Okay, so not upright anyway. There you go. So that one's upright. That's cool. I now want to place myself 2 timers on the top of this. And at the very, very top, we're going to place a logic block. Let's just go up here. 1 logic block and place that on the top. Actually, we want it so we can see it. Just here will do. Nicely. Okay. And the top of that, so I'm going to have to get my lift out again, sorry. We're going to need to put a bearing. So let's go up there again. Let's put a bearing on the top really quickly. There we go. And then we're going to want some blocks coming out. So I think about 4 each way should be good enough. There we go. So now we want to connect the bearing up to the controller there. And set that on a 90 once the switch is on. Now I'm going to put a switch on here. Where's the switch? The switch is just there. So we want to put the switch on just here. Connect the switch up to the controller. Set the controller to 90 on a slow spin on loop. And that should mean when I turn this on, the arm will go round. Okay, so all good so far. Let's turn that off again. Okay, so now we have an arm that goes round and everything else, but nothing else is happening yet. And that's because we need to actually add the vacuum pumps and the water pumps to the side of this. But first I want to place the soil so we can actually get a guideline of where we're going. So let's grab the soil bags here. So you want to place the soil so that it's level with that, but 2 blocks out on each side, like so. 1, 2 blocks out again, and then 2 blocks out again, and 2 blocks out again. So that's fine. In between those, you want to place your other pieces, like so. Now sometimes these won't place. If they don't, it's because something's stuck under the ground. But there you go. That's those placed. Oh, that one looks a little bit far out. Is that far out, or is that just me? No, that looks far out. Misplaced. Wants to go just there. Okay. So now we have those placed on the floor. They should be our seed area. That's where our crop will grow. But that needs to be watered and seeded from the vacuum pump and the water pump up here, and sucked up from a vacuum pump when it's grown on the other side. So let's grab those then. So I want to grab these out of here. We'll grab all of this actually into our inventory now, including the toilet seat, and you will see why in just a second. So we want an arm on the side with the sensor on. Now you saw the ones earlier. There was the one with the sensor going through the crop and the one with the sensor next to the crop. Now seeing as I don't want to make this a full 8, I'm probably only going to be growing 4. I do need to make the sensor arm off the side so it doesn't actually see the center of the crop. It's actually not far enough. Let's go 1 more block out and we'll come down there. Now I want to make the sensor on the end on a bearing. Now the easiest way to do that is probably to build a few blocks here. Let's put a bearing on this. Let's grab our sensor and turn the sensor around to there. Delete this block here. Knock that over a second. It's going to make it easier for us to actually get that on there. Now it does want to be just above the crop. Now let's see where that comes. If I weld that to the bottom there, it may be right. That seems to be right. Let's turn it around so it's facing me. There we go. So that's now just above the soil, which is where we want it. Now connect the bearing from that up to the controller again and set this to a 45-degree angle there, facing inward. So when this turns around, it's looking at the center of the plot. Okay, so let's turn that off again real quick. So the next section then is to actually get all these other bits attached. So we want to put the vacuum pumps and the water pump, or the water cannon, on. So the vacuum pump for seeding wants to go on this side here. Let's face that down. Where is it? There it is. And you want this to be probably 1 more in. Doesn't want to be far, like there. Looks about right, maybe. Actually, we'll go 1 more out. We'll go to there. Looks better. And we'll put the cannon on the other side, just there. Okay. So the water cannon is going to need water. We'll get to that really quickly. And this one here is going to need a chest on top in order to actually have anything to shoot out. This is going to be the one that puts the seeds in. Now on the other side, you want the one that's going to suck everything up. So let's place this one on just there, or just there. Yep, that's cool. And this one wants to go upwards and actually suck the crop up. So again, it's going to need a chest. Now I've got the chest with me, so let's go above here again and do that. Okay, let's put 1 chest on one side, 1 chest on the other side. Okay, so a chest on just here and a chest on just here. Okay, so this one is going to be the one that wants to suck the crops up. So let's turn that arrow to upwards. Let's connect this switch to here. So when I switch this on now, that's going to constantly try and suck crop up, but there's nothing there to do at the moment. Okay, so we know that part's working. Now we'll leave this one to going up for now because we don't want to waste any seeds, not that I've got any in there. And this one's going to be shooting the cannon down. Now to do this, we need to do it with a timer, and we need to do it with a logic gate. So first the sensor needs to be set up to the logic gate. The logic gate needs to be set to NAND. In other words, it's going to work when it can't see anything. So you should see the logic is on now. Now it'll activate these when it doesn't see something. So at the moment, it's constantly off. but once it's on and then off again, it will actually activate. So I'll explain that as we go. So the next step then is to actually connect the logic up to the first timer and the logic up to the second timer. The first timer we want to set, I think, let's set 1 to 1 second and 300. It seems about right for this size plot. And the other one we want to set for, I think, 3 seconds maybe sounds right. We can adjust it if we need to. Okay, so the 3-second one we want to connect up to the water cannon, and the other one we want to set to this one here. We'll leave it going up for now. At the moment it looks like it's constantly wanting to try and seed, but it can't because it's pointing the wrong way. Okay, so if I was to set this going, you'll see it's going to go round. That one's constantly trying to suck stuff up. This one at the moment is constantly trying to suck stuff. It's got nothing on there. It would be shooting seeds down at the moment, but we don't want it to do that just yet. So let's switch it off again because we need to connect the water. And we're nearly done. Now, because we're so close to the coast, there is a trick here to connecting this to the water. Now, there's several ways of doing it, but the easiest one is a little cheaty maybe, but it does work. So let's put blocks on here. Raise this up. Now, some of you will know exactly what I'm doing here. Let's just go down here and grab ourselves our toilet seat. I didn't bring it for nothing, you see. And let's put the toilet seat on here, jump in, take this under, and then when I jump out the toilet seat, I should be, well, in the water. I've got a block floating down here. Hello. Okay, so on the bottom of this then we want to place our water canister and a vacuum pump to gather the water up. So it should be fairly easy. Now, when you're underwater, on the underground section with the water in them, you can actually swim and don't fall. If I walked out there, I would fall straight down and hurt myself, but here I'm fine. So let's put a block or two down on the bottom of this, like so. We'll put the water canister just there, and we'll put the pump on the bottom of that into the water. Now we can set that to go in upwards, and we can connect this also to the switch that we had at the top. So let's get that connected to the switch. Okay, and when that's on, it's going to start pulling the water into there, and then the water wants to be connected to the cannon there. I'll show you when we get back up, just so that you can see that again. So jumping out of there, you will see the water is connected to the cannon, and there it is. So that's all good now. So should be pretty much set to go. All I need to do is put some seeds, and we're going to put some test seeds in here. Have I got anything with me? Did I have some in here? I'm not going to use the orange ones yet. I'm going to use the potato ones just to check it out. So put them in there. Now, as you saw on my plot earlier on, I placed blocks in these ones. Now, I don't want to make an 8 plot. Now, 8 would be good if you wanted to do carrots or beets or anything like that, because 9 is enough to cause a raid. 8 is fine. So these, if you put blocks here, you can make a 4 plot, which is what I want to do, because I'm actually be growing oranges, and oranges will raid on more than 4, I think. I might be wrong. We might cause a raid still, but we'll find out. So now when I turn it on, it's going to see these blocks, assume they're crops, not shoot there, and then it should, if all is going to plan, shoot there. So we're going to have a look. We're going to turn this on and see if I've got it right. So here we go. Let's turn this on now. The sensor doesn't see it. Something isn't right. Something isn't connected here. Okay. What have you done, Spexxy? You haven't done something right. Ah, my sensor range is down. This is the problem. Let's put the sensor range up to 7. And all of a sudden it won't see it. It will shoot one down. It's wasting them. So we've got this timer slightly wrong because it's wasting seeds, which we don't want to do. Okay, so let's see if we can get this right. We've got no more seeds to test on. So it was shooting them a little bit too fast, I think. So instead of 1.3, let's set that to 1.5 and hope that this isn't going to waste us our orange seeds. But we're going to find out. Okay, the water does seem to be right. Let's see. Yeah, doesn't seem to be too bad. The water seems to be getting it right. Yeah, and it's only using 1. That's fine. So we're going to use our orange seeds now. We're going to hope we're not going to waste these. And let's just put them in the timer is something that you do have to kind of play with. Okay, so seeds in, watered, seeds in, and watered. It's already watered, but it doesn't matter. Seeds in, and watered again, and the final seed should be in. Now it will not shoot, it will not water, and it won't do anything until these crops have grown. When they have grown, the vacuum pump will suck them up and they will go into this chest here along with the seeds. And all you need to do every now and then is come back, move the seeds across from there to there, and it will replant them. Now 4 oranges isn't enough to cause a raid, so we're going to get away raid free here. All I need to do is wait until the morning, the crops are grown, and yeah, it should be good. I haven't got any fertilizer unfortunately, but these will grow. It's just going to take a little time. Okay then, so it's took about 21 hours of in-game time, that's about 21 minutes in real time, for the oranges to grow to full size. But you've got to remember the exotic fruit does take slightly longer to grow, and I wasn't using any fertiliser, so it all makes sense. Now this one's about to get sucked up, if we just wait a second, and there it goes. A new seed will be planted in its place as soon as the sensor comes around and sees it, and here it comes. Sensor doesn't see anything, seed goes in, and watered. How satisfying is that? Okay, so we're all good to leave it now, and it should just carry on its own with just a little bit of tending every now and then. Apart from this fella. Now you were planted at the same time, mate. What's wrong with you? Come on, time to wake up. Okay, so a hard day's work has been finally finished. The orange did decide to grow in the end. He took his damn time, I have to say. But we are now back at base and ready to put our feet up after a hard day's work, I was going to say. Do not jump off a moving vehicle. That is a bad idea. Okay, what are woks doing in my base? Now I know some people might get offended by that and might get their hammer out, chase them away or hit them or something, but I'm not going to do that. You guys are welcome. In fact, I've got something for you if you just wait there a second. Okay, in my trailer here, if I can get up there. Okay, let's just jump in the seat. It's going to be quicker. And I have some corn cobs for them, as you can see here. Let's just grab the corn and move my toilet seat there and grab the rest of it. And there we go. Okay, I think these guys have probably deserved it. I know I've had a hard day's work, and they probably haven't yet, but I'm going to make them work for it now. Here you go. There's some corn for you and some for you. But I want your milk. You're not getting this for nothing, you know. Give me your milk. Yeah, come on. Come on. Anytime now. Thank you very much. I'll have that. And that, thank you. Now the milk obviously comes in handy for drinking straight out the bottle if you're a total savage, or for turning into burgers with the wok meat if you want to do that. You can make the pizza burgers with it, but that would require me to kill the poor little buggers, and I don't want to do that. I've already got a bad rep for mistreating the farmers in the last episode, and I've got plenty of burgers already, so I don't need their meat right now. Now I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. That was micro farming, and I hope that you've learned something today. Thank you once again to BBlessed for the inspiration and the original build idea. Don't forget to check out his channel. A link will be in the description below. In the next video I will hopefully be taking some of these vegetables and the farmers to the trader in order to trade them for hopefully the spud gun and some other cool stuff. And I also have a whole new attachment for the Brutus, so look forward to that one. But I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, why not smack the hell out of that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe for more great content. And until the next one, see you soon. Bye for now.